Good evening, afternoon, cousins, nieces, nephews. Look, we got a situation going on in this community where we don't know what to do on Instagram, who these people are. So I saw a gentleman named Kevin Samuels. I watched his videos, and my ears were like, wow, what's going on? So I looked into the situation, and I'm not judging him, but he does have a 20-year-old daughter, and he does not pay child support, has not.
Hey y'all, this is Trish. All right, now look, words in the YouTube street. Baby is allegedly one of Kevin Samuel's ex-wife is coming to expose him for unpaid alimony and child support. Also, there have been several other YouTubers. I know y'all probably heard about this, but there's been several other YouTubers, even people in the ministry, that has been discussing this topic. I know that they're still jaded because he didn't shout them out during the No Jumper interview. They've been throwing their shade his way. They say that he's acting Hollywood, he's acting brand new after all the years that they've been his unpaid free bodyguards and guard dogs in them comment sections, baby, and them review videos and everything else. And so it's rumored that this interview with his ex-wife, it will be allegedly airing on a popular bloggers, or I believe a popular YouTuber's page. Now, it's also said that, doing Airyoda, he is the guy that was kind of exposing Kevin Samuels. I seen his IG video, which was in the beginning, and I will share it. Now, according to Airyoda, um, he confronted Kevin Samuels during one of his live shows, and in the chat, he was, asking him why haven't he paid child support? Have he did anything for his daughter? And then Kevin Samuels supposedly he stopped the show and deleted his page, and then reopened saying that it was Instagram, that it was demons trying to, take his page down. He briefly quoted a Bible verse, "No weapons formed." Now, honey, I'm not sure what will be exposed during this video or whatever it's going to be, this interview with his ex-wife. But one thing is for sure, these YouTube streets never sleep. And I want you guys to take a look at these video clips first and then just give me your opinion. You can leave them in the chat if you want to. Now, I'll be posting some reviews also of his clients who are mostly black men who've been accusing Kevin Samuels of being a fraud or scamming him. And so I want your opinion on that too. I mean, because it's like all black men that follow him, they look up to him. He's their God. And so, I mean, what do you think of that? Him scamming black men, and black men, they are still following him. And so, hey, this is all allegedly. I can't say that I'm blaming anything on him, that I'm accusing him of anything, because I'm not. But I'm just going to say the proof is in the pudding. I haven't been able to find much positive press on his, on his business, and he's supposedly a millionaire, right? And so where is all these people lined up saying that he's done a great job? So far, I've seen nothing but negativity, and they all seem to be saying the same thing, that he scammed them and tried to, upsell products. But you got to remember, he is a former salesman. He did used to be in, sales. And so, guys, I'm going to play the clips and I will be back.
Good evening, afternoon, cousins, nieces, nephews. Look, we got a situation going on in this community where we don't know what to do on Instagram, who these people are. So I saw a gentleman named Kevin Samuels. I watched his videos, and my ears were like, wow, what's going on? So I looked into the situation, and I'm not judging him, but he does have a 20-year-old daughter, and he does not pay child support, has not paid child support. I got in his live last night. Said, "Hey, did you send her a Valentine's Day present?" Felt it was a fair question because I sent ladies in my family a Valentine's Day present. But if I see you talking about your sunglasses, your cologne, all your clothes, well, if you're giving advice, I'm gonna give you some advice. Take care of the people, the ladies in your family, okay? So deadbeat dads online, just you could take it here or there, call me a hater. I don't think I'm hating. I think there's a responsibility if you would put yourself in the public eye. So I don't expose you, I want to help you. So here's some advice. send your daughter some money. And when you're giving that advice, take care of home first, okay? Now, the next thing is, you didn't graduate from college, okay? You did a year, you did some time in college. If you didn't graduate, just, be an example for the people who didn't graduate. Stop lying to people, okay? If you pay your child support, you can get a bank account. If you pay your child support, you wouldn't have to rent rooms from people and compromise your life. So just stop hiding, bro, So at the end of the day, I know a lot more things about you, and it's for me to say that if people want to know, ask me some questions, send me some questions. I'll let you know. All right. So it's not exposing because from one brother to another, you strengthen, you uplift. But what I'm seeing is, you can't have a half truth, and if it doesn't bother and your followers, they're like, hey, I want this guy who doesn't take care of responsibilities to lead my life. Go for it. I really could care less. I think it's just interesting, especially you're dealing with dating. My business is somewhat in the dating area, and you can't be honest about everything, but at a certain point, you've got to, you have to, or you should be aware that you have to practice what you preach.
Child, honey, baby. Okay, so you heard that recording of Airyoda, and now he didn't stop there. Addressing the whole Kevin Samuels renting room for gay men. Okay, so this is the post that he made on IG as well. Now he said Kevin Samuels is another deadbeat dad, and he tagged Kevin Samuels in it. He said Kevin Samuels ends his life when asked why he spends money on fancy clothes and never pays child support. Temporarily deletes his account. Keep fooling the people. Then he also, oh my God, he also continues saying, do you know the address for Kevin Samuels in Atlanta? He has a warrant out for not paying child support for his 20-year-old daughter in Oklahoma. He has no property or cars in his name and only rents rooms, usually from gay men. Oh my God. I gotta hear where did he get them sources from. I got to. But this is crazy. He straight said so he only rents rooms from usually gay men. Now, yeah, I know the words in the YouTube streets, people been accusing him of being gay. But I'm not saying anything. Now please watch the video of him on IG at Airyoda, a plea to bring him to justice from his ex-wife and daughter will be posted soon. He has no college degree like he lists on LinkedIn. Now, I kind of believe that he doesn't have a college degree because if you graduated, and he claims that he graduated in chemical engineering and that supposedly he got a job in that field and he was making $40K a year. He said that he left after 1 year and went into sales because it wasn't for him. But how are you the same person that gets on people and always talking about black women for having useless degrees, right? Like he's such a walking contradiction that it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, you see it right here. Uh, he said that hey, he has no property or cars in his name, and he only rents room for usually gay men. So, phew, I have no idea, but he says he has no college degree like he lists on LinkedIn. He's a former sugar baby from an old white woman. He got a arrest record for theft. Oh my goodness, this is getting worse and worse. People, why are you donating to a con man? Because they stupid. If you think that this is fake, I offer you $500 cash app, no questions for anyone who knows his address. Who else do you know who has 400K subscribers but can't be found? Yeah, that is kind of true. And it's not only that he has 400 subscribers and can't be found, it's more so the fact that he has supposedly pre-existing established businesses that can't be found. I mean, if you're a businessman, wouldn't you want people to have access to you in your business? Since it's so legitimate and since you always claiming that you're Mr. High Earning Businessman. Anyway, to continue on reading this, it says 1K if you can find a current business filing for Mr. Scamus. Wow. So they're saying that he doesn't even have a business filing. How can you own a business if you haven't even filed it yet? That's crazy. That is ridiculous. But all right, guys. So I'm going to play one more clip. This is on another blog post on YouTube. Please check them out. I'm going to play it. Thank you.
It would have to be a lot because he would have to owe in arrears from the time that the mother submitted any paperwork. And I only know this because I work in payroll and I handle child supports, and so that's all she has to do. I don't understand why, if he's living in Georgia, why can't there be an investigation opened?
Right.
The investigation.
He has a social security number.
Because he has to have an address to be served.
And Georgia is one of the hardest states to get child support. It is so hard to get child support in the state of Georgia.
His case is an Oklahoma case as well.
Isn't it Oklahoma?
It's an Oklahoma case. I've got to read the law of Oklahoma. I told them I've got to read the law. You know, a lot of these women need help because guess what? They still have to go to work. They still got to pay bills. They still got to live their life.
And no lawyer money.
But isn't his daughter 20? I thought the cutoff was 18. If the case is not handled properly, it will be dismissed eventually. Yes, it will be dismissed eventually. But it's open right now.
And you're considered a dependent until 26 when you're in college.
And guess what? When I got in his live and started typing in about his daughter, child support, it was on Valentine's Day. Go look at his Instagram. The nigga shut the countdown. Then he came back and said, "Oh, it was an accident."
I was there. Yep.
I was there.
I was tearing his ass up in the live. So you said, you know, the first person I came to was Kevin. I didn't come to y'all. I went in his live and said, "Kevin, take care of your daughter." I said, "Kevin, it's Valentine's Day. Did you get her anything? Kevin, why don't you pay your child support?" He shut his shit down. The first person I went to was Kevin.
Shout out to Peachy Tea for being one of the first people to cover this. Now, there is a reason that I chose to keep the name posted because I definitely want you guys to support. Now, I know my page is fairly little right now as I'm just getting started, but definitely go check out the Peachy Tea. I did see a lot of great content on there, and then shout out to Airyoda because if this story is true, then it definitely needs to get out. Because if you can make thousands of dollars a day on a screen, you certainly can help your daughter when she's going to school and trying to better her life. And that's just my opinion and my criticism on this. And that's what I have to say now. I am going to go over the reviews that was on his website. And after that, I'm just going to kind of see what you guys think. What's your opinion? Is Kevin Mr. Scamus? Has he really earned that last name? Or is it just a lot of people are hating on him because he's on the come up? You guys tell me what you think. Alright, y'all, so I'm going to start. I'm going to only do one review because these reviews are so long. I'll probably leave the link to the reviews, but I'll go ahead and start. And so this first gentleman looks like he says he's from Sugarland, Texas. This review was 9/20/2018. So this was long before he got super popular. This was before those videos became super popular. So this man would have no reason to just lie on him. This is when Kevin was mainly focusing on the consulting side of his business. But apparently due to these comments, it don't look like he was doing a good job. Okay, so here is the review from a young gentleman from Sugarland, Texas. Now, if you don't want to continue the video, you can leave off. I'm just going to read this review and be out of here. And so the gentleman said, "This has been a long time coming, and officially it's time to end my silence. I want to first start off by saying I really went into my Skype session with Mr. Samuels on Wednesday, June 6, 2018, with an open mind and an open heart. As a young black man in his late 20s, I was excited to be given advice and mentorship from another fellow black man on how to improve my image. With that being said, my experience was not one that I expected. Speaking to Mr. Samuels, we started out speaking about the importance of image as it pertains to your clothing, because image in many cases in life and death, because of first impressions are everything. Anyway, after that tad bit of knowledge he gave me, we then began to go over my questionnaire, and that is when things started to unravel. He began to criticize my questionnaire, claiming that I had not answered the questions thoroughly, failing to realize that if he actually went back and saw the email exchanges between the two of us, that I had actually provided him with the answers to the specific questions he specifically asked for. During our session, we then proceeded to continue to go through the questionnaire, but the majority of his follow-up questions were less about my style and more about the personal questions that were intrusive about my life. and attacking my written responses with arrogant, condescending, and hurtful comments and rebuttals. And so basically what this young man is describing is that Kevin was being arrogant to him, and that he was basically belittling him, which is crazy, right? Because he's supposed to be so much for black men. But and then, I've seen the video not too long ago where he admitted that, black men have a reading comprehension of the 4th grade. But this is supposed to be their hero. Okay, so anyway, for example, one of the questions on the questionnaire was about what type of animal would describe you. And I put a lion. And he said, based on your financial situation, you're more like a puppy. He then asked me personal questions about my experiences with women. And I hesitantly told him, and he said I was a loser with the experiences of a high school kid, and that my overall experiences with women, as well as my current financial situation, made me one of the most extreme cases he's ever dealt with. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is a common tactic in sales. What people do, I think it's a bad form of sales, but a lot of times people will make you seem a lot worse or make your needs seem a lot worse so that they can upsell you or get you to buy other things, So just like if you've ever been to those people in the mall, they often make you feel worse. They're like, oh, your hair looks horrible. Let me sell you this $200 flat iron. And so I guess that's what he was using. But hey. And so anyway, he also tried to compare me to his 19-year-old daughter, saying she was more of an adult and had her shit together more than me. Right, she has her shit together and she's in college, but supposedly he's not having her with any of that, so I don't even know why would he bring her up. Anyway, he also made comments claiming that I lived a privileged life and squandered everything given to me, and then went on a rant about millennials today. That does sound like Kevin. And that he was a real man. This is definitely Kevin. Definitely something he'll do. I could speak on the other things, but this is getting very long. But I'll still just say, to be talked to in a manner I was by a grown man in his late 40s, but also another man of African American descent, was very upsetting and hurtful. This man even went as far as every time I said something to try and assess my body language with comments and paraphrasing like, you hide behind your beard and rub it because you're insecure. Like, really? Who makes comments or say things like that to someone they've known maybe an hour? At the end of the day, this man attacked everything about me without truly knowing everything about me. Also, like the jerk he is, I'm sure he will try to discredit my review like he did Jeff A. The difference is I'm prepared for his ad hominem attacks and deflections because despite what he thinks, he's the one who talks like a female, not me. But the fact is people are on to him and he's always including but the fact is people are on to him in his ways, including even other high status black men like Rom Wills, whom I've spoken to via email about Mr. Samuel's ways. I seriously doubt he will try to check him like he claimed during our session that he was going to do to me, because at the end of the day, he's a coward. And anyway, in closing, my assessment of Mr. Samuels, he's an egotistical, arrogant, condescending bully who is not worth the investment. He markets himself as an image consultant, but he acts more like a wannabe life coach. Yes, this is true. Either way, he fails on both accounts. I would not recommend him to any man who is looking for advice on how to improve his style or image, because we quite frankly didn't discuss my clothing style, what type of colors I should wear, or what image I wanted to present to the public. See, this is not only his style when he's apparently coaching people, but he does this in his videos. He doesn't offer them any constructive criticism. And so I don't think most people are mad that he tells black women that they can't get Mr. High Value. Most people are mad that he doesn't offer any constructive criticism about who they can get. That's the biggest problem. But anyway, quite frankly, So yeah, he gets 1 star, and that's only because I'm not allowed to leave none. Anyway, any man who is interested in image and lifestyle consulting, please read my other review. I just finished up with him last week and had a much better experience, fortunately. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. He made a response to them, but that was, Kevin came on here and responded. This is how you know that he's not as smart as he alluded to, because he came with responses and he was very unprofessional and blaming his clients instead of just owning up to his faults. But in order to own up to your faults, you have to not be a narcissist, right? And so that's all. That was it. Thanks for tuning in. I will have more juicy stuff later, hopefully. And that was pretty much all. You guys have a good and blessed day. Thank you.